What is going on, everyone? Tryhard Casual here. We are back with some quick Konar Slayer. On today's episode, we have Dust Devils in the Catacombs of Kourend. Now this is going to be pretty similar to my Necreel guide just because we're taking magic and we're going to burst on this task. But even if you don't want to do that, I'll give you all the information so that you can use a different combat style if you want. I'm also going to leave some links down below if you want to check out my other Slayer guides or something like that. So like I said, we are bursting on this task, so let me just take a minute and go over the intricacies of what we're taking. So when we're bursting anything that has very low magic defense like Dust Devils, we're able to not worry about our magic attack bonus at all. So as long as we're above 0, we'll be absolutely okay, and we just want to focus on getting our prayer up as high as possible. So basically anything in the ammo slot, the chest, the legs, the boots, the offhand, and the ring slot can just focus on prayer. I am going to bring a ring of wealth just so it's easier to collect the stuff on the ground. The only items that actually increase your damage and your max hit for magic would be your imbued Slayer helmet, an occult necklace, an imbued god cape, and a tormented bracelet. But I'm going to be bringing the bracelet of slaughter instead of a tormented bracelet because I want to extend this task as much as I can. Pretty much bursting anything anywhere is some of the best magic and Slayer XP in the game, so we want to extend this as much as possible. So because we're bursting, we do want a weapon that can auto-cast ancient magics. A Kodai wand, a master wand, and an ancient staff are the only 3 weapons in the game that can do this. Using magic is definitely the fastest way to do this task, but if you want to range or melee, you can definitely do that, and I'll throw down some options on screen if you want to mix it up a little bit. Since we're using ancient magics, you want to use the best ice spell that you have to burst with. There is Ice Burst, which is just fine, but if you have access to Ice Barrage, it's going to speed it up quite a bit. And during this whole process, we'll be camping melee prayer, so we won't take any damage at all. But moving on from there, we do have our inventory. For my spec weapon, I'm going to bring an ancient mace just to restore a little bit of extra prayer. If you have a Ceridome and God Sword, that would be even better, I just don't have one right now. But if you don't have either of these, then don't worry about a spec weapon, it's probably not worth it then. To round up all the Dust Devils, we're going to have some Iron Knives in our inventory. I'll show that later in the video when we get to it. I'm going to start with 3 prayer potions here. We'll probably need some more throughout the task, but you know, having a 27 prayer bonus will really extend how far these prayer potions go. On top of that, I'm going to bring a few additional bracelets of slaughter because I know we're going to need more than one for this. An herb sack for the drops, a gem bag for the drops. A bone crusher is actually very good here on this task because in the Catacombs of Kourend, whenever you bury a bone, you actually get prayer back, and having something that automatically restores your prayer while you're bursting is just fantastic. It really extends how much prayer you can get out of this. On top of that, since we are on the ancient spellbook, we're not going to be able to cast High Alch, and they do drop some alchables. Having an Explorer's Ring 4 gives you 30 free High Alchs per day, and it's really useful on this task since we're not able to do that normally with our spellbook. But if not, you know, you just have to bank a few more times if you want to pick up stuff. And lastly, we have our rune pouch just to hold our runes for spellcasting. So getting over to the Catacombs of Kourend isn't too difficult. The easiest ways are a Xeric Talisman Heart Teleport or a Kourend Teleport. If you don't have either of those available, I suggest just going to a house party world and using someone's portal room. But if not, you can take a ship from Port Sarim to Port Piscarilius here and then just run over this way. Once we're actually inside the dungeon, the Dust Devils will be right on the east hand of the dungeon. Okay, so here we are down in the catacombs. I'm going to show you how to round them up, but before that, I just want to say you probably want to have auto retaliate off, just because I know you're going to be tagging a lot of things, so you don't want to be accidentally casting when you're not ready. And also, if a superior does spawn, you don't have to worry about any additional mechanics, you can just keep bursting like nothing's different. Okay, so I finally found a free world here, so let me show you what we're doing. You basically just turn Protect for Melee on and tag all of these with your Iron Knives, or whatever you brought to just tag all of them. Once they are all round up, you pretty much just go to any corner and run back and forth in this sort of L-shaped formation, and that stacks all of them nicely, just like in a little pile for you to burst. Once they're ready, you just switch back to your wand and then you start casting on them. That's pretty much it, so I will start this timer and I'll see you at the end of it. Okay, we are done with another task. It only took us 50 minutes. It was actually under an hour, so that's kind of cool. But let's head back to Konar, see how much money we made on this one. So going in the price checker, I see we made 846k, which is not bad at all. For under an hour, that's really good. Just remember, we did cast a lot of spells, so that's definitely going to eat into our profit. I would still say we made money though. On top of that, we were very lucky with ancient shards. We got 4 of them, and we had enough pieces for a whole dark totem on top of that. With those 5 keys, we also got an additional 430k, so we made over 1.2 mil, I think, with everything included, which is real nice. That's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. The next video will be on Friday, and I will see you then. Have a good one.